Hello folks, welcome to my den. This is where all the work happens and all the weeks and months of preparation for big train stuff goes on in here with scribbling and listening and then playing eventually. It's nice and warm in here today, unlike the rest of the house, because I have my little wood burner. See a little flame there going, so it really is. This is the coldest room in the house, but we do call it the snug, and it is snug now. So a while ago on one of my posts, one of you asked about the violin I use, and I very rudely just ignored that. But I didn't really, because I've been thinking about telling you about the two violins mainly that I use. I've got two. I've got a good one and I've got a pub one. And the good one appears on the albums. Anything you hear there has been played on my good one, and then everything you see live is played on the pub one, and there's a reason for that. We could call these videos Clare's violins and their interactions with drunk people. So this is part one. It's like Clare's violins versus drunk people. This is my good violin. Oh, sorry about that. This is my good violin. I've had it for about 25 years. I bought it from a friend of a friend, and it had lived in Edinburgh in an attic for God knows how long, 15 years or something like that. It was made by an English maker, a known maker, but not. I don't know that his violins are very highly regarded. It's got an interesting label on the inside of it. It has the label of a very expensive Italian, very old violin. And if it really was one of those, there's no way I could have afforded to buy it. It would be worth high tens of thousands of pounds. It is worth quite a lot of money for me, but we're not talking that kind of money. It's a proper violin, as you would say. It's been made by one maker, and we'll talk about the other kind of forms of that when we talk about my pub violin. It's got a beautiful back. It's a one-piece back. It's a flame back, it moves. You can't really see that at the moment because of the reflection of the light, but it's absolutely beautiful. Done in one piece, yeah. Made in 1913 by a chap called F. Howard, who's also got his name stamped on the inside as well. It's quite a fine little instrument. It's got a fine carved scroll, and the wood is really nice. It's very light. Apparently the lighter instruments, some of the old Italian instruments, are very light and very resonant. So this is great. It's got a nice sound. Interactions with drunk people. Well, this was my main violin for a while, and I did have a pickup. The pickup slot into the bridge. You can see the bridge there has a slot, and that is where the pickups slide in. And also you might see, I wonder if I can let you see this. There's a post in that violin. All violins and cellos and double basses, they have this sound post, and that transfers the sound from the bridge. Strings to bridge through that soundpost to the back of the violin where it resonates, and then is pushed back out through the sound hole. It works pretty much the same as guitars do. The wood on the back and the sides of the violin is harder wood than the front, so it drives it forward out through the instrument. This was involved in two interactions with drunk people. The first one was a drunk person sliding across a very shiny dance floor towards me. This was hung on my microphone stand. The drunk person it was quite a phenomenal slide, actually. It was impressive. The trouble was he couldn't stop, and he just slid straight into me. I thought I was going to lose a few teeth because I had the microphone here at the time, so I dived out of the way. He crashed into the microphone stand. The violin toppled off its stand. It landed, it sort of just went flat on the ground like that. this button here, which holds all the tailpiece and the strings and the it holds all that mechanism in place, that broke. It just split. This came flying off, all the strings everywhere and everything. But miraculously, no other damage was done. It really was a bit of a miracle. No damage at all. So that went off to the repair shop. New pin in there. Fine. The next interaction this had with drunk people was in a pub in Chelsea, and a couple came in. They seemed to be getting on quite well at the start of the evening, and a while later they weren't getting on very well, and she punched him, and he was quite a big chap, and he came flying backwards towards my violin and me, who were sat down, so there was no way of escaping. And I'd sort of I don't know quite what happened, but he brushed against this bridge, and the bridge just sort of crumpled in half. It just kind of like that, which was another miracle, because if a violin takes an impact straight onto the bridge and it goes onto this soundboard here, if you've got any splits here, or even at the back where the sound post goes in, if you see any violins for sale and they've got splits there, just don't buy them. It's just, I think they can be fixed, but they're never the same. That's the resonating part of the violin. It was a miracle. Took it to the violin shop. They said, "Why are you using this around drunk people? Why are you using? Yeah, do you not have a pub violin? Just keep it at home." So I took their advice and I got my other violin out. So anyway, yes, this is the good one, and that's violin number 1, and it's, well, 2 lives at the moment. It's on its 3rd life, and that's just with me. Did I say it was made in 1913? Who knows how many drunk people it's had interactions with up to now, but hopefully no more. The only drunk person it will be interacting with is me. And hopefully not too drunk. Alright, so that's it. Oh, that was interesting.